What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your guy King David, Trap Monster, TrapMonsters.com, and we also have on the podcast today TB from Trap Monsters and Chaotic, your boy Shooter from Trap Monsters as well. You know what I'm saying? And here today we're gonna be talking about the new MK3. The Native Instruments just dropped. You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice looking machine, but there's been a lot of controversy and a lot of different opinions about this whole product release they just done, right along with the keyboard they just released. So we felt like we needed to do a podcast today about this whole situation and talk about what's the pros and cons of having this new upgraded machine with hardware. So, TV, did you want to chime in on that whole little conversation piece
Yeah,
just to get it started?
yeah, it's
Cause
yeah,
it's something crucial right there, man. I know we talked about it a couple of times about the why would they release it, and then they just released the keyboard, which they only dropped the keyboard like maybe like 2.5 years ago.
yeah,
But it's fairly still kind of new compared to the MK2 uh, machine hardware or whatnot. And it's like, why would they drop a keyboard that soon when they just dropped the machine studio and the keyboard simultaneously close to 2.5 years ago? And so
yeah,
it's kind of ruffled some people's feathers who have the keyboards already, the original complete control keyboards, because the simple fact they ain't get enough.
yeah,
They feel like they just ain't got enough time to really enjoy it the way they really want to. Now they dropped a whole nother product. So I don't know how you
yeah,
feel
cause
about that though.
yeah, 'cause, I just had my board with like maybe 6 or 7 months.
Yeah.
I just got the board, so for me that's serious there.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just now learning this board. Now they done come out with a whole bigger board, almost like a workstation,
Yeah. Yeah.
which it with which is you can use it better with the software, with the Ableton software and everything. So that to me they just more geared towards other software than their own software. Because if you
Yeah.
look at the videos that we've been seeing on the MK3, they cater more towards Logic and Ableton,
Mm.
not their own software.
Mm.
But if you and I've been researching, you can use now Ableton. Either they don't want to because NI software is not that good. You can't use the push in NI software, but we can use Ableton software.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
But the
mess.
software is bad, man. It almost to me it almost look like we just might have to get all new equipment the way they got this new equipment integrated with the software.
Mm-hmm.
If they do update the software with our old machine and our boards be compatible with the new software, the way they got
Mm-hmm.
everything they done took this a push of a button. And
Right.
our stuff will it had a capability to go with the new software.
Right.
I'm looking like we're gonna have to get to me, I'm looking like we're just going to upgrade it all the way they done put it out there.
Mm. Mm.
But
Well, you know,
it just I ain't feeling good about it. I'm feeling bad, real bad about it. I've been
yeah,
researching the push. I'm feeling bad about it.
yeah,
They really got me. They
yeah.
got me on this one.
I think the biggest thing, really, man, is I think a lot of people are really hyped about is because of the sound card that's built onto the MK3 and then the MK2 keyboard. And my
Yeah,
perspective on that really is like, what's the purpose of that? If you've been already making beats,
and we
you
got
most
one.
likely
Yeah,
already have an interface. So where's the selling point in that? I mean, I still have to hook this thing up to a computer. It doesn't have
still.
sounds in it. So me hooking my computer speaker or my monitors into the keyboard to be, I don't understand why would I need to hook my speakers into the keyboard for if I still gotta have my computer hooked up and everything. It just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, not at
that's
all.
that's not a good selling point. I mean, so far as the viewer windows on the keyboard itself, they could have implemented that stuff on the first keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Because they already had the technology to do that when they came out with that machine studio. They already had it implemented in that. So why didn't they do it in the keyboard the first time? I feel like I got a watered down version of the complete control. And now this
Yeah,
complete control they just released is something that I think maybe was something they posted intended to drop the first time when they dropped that machine studio, but just probably chose to water it down, maybe a lot more cost effective You know what I'm saying? And then feel
Yeah,
like they can make a little bit more money off of it to recoup if it don't sell like that. And then release the
yeah,
whole real full blown keyboard, which they intended to release anyway, which is this new keyboard they just released, was the MK2
and
keyboard. So me as a NI customer, I feel some type of way about it. Um,
yeah,
am I am I am I wanting to buy either one of the products? No, for one, that's a step down for me.
true.
Either one, because it's not making no sense to me to have it. But like I said in the video last few days ago, was if you're a person who are new to the machine and maybe the keyboard or whatnot, yeah, go get it by all means. It definitely for those who's never had a machine or a keyboard, speed control keyboard. But for
Yo, a
those who
new
have it, it's a waste of
so
damn
waste.
money.
Yeah,
Now,
you know,
unless you
like
just
if
like
you go
shiny shit
new
and
to beat making, yeah,
and new, you
new
just want to step on the
producer.
new stuff all the damn time. Okay, well then it's perfectly made for you because it's definitely geared towards those who like new shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, you know, if you're a new producer coming out, you getting, you know, you want to worry about the interfaces all one package. That's
hmm
the only good deal. The only good thing about it is if you're a new producer, it's gonna save on space.
yeah, oh yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
won't have to worry about your interface and this and that. You got every, you know, you can almost set the keyboard on the stand.
Right.
That'll be good for a new producer, but like us that's been in it, we have that stuff. We already have boards, the
True.
machine, the jam,
True.
and the interface.
True.
So like you say, it's useless stuff.
It's useless. Absolutely useless. Yeah.
Very to any machine owner, unless he, you know, he just got the MK1 and don't have the studio now. He want to upgrade. I can
Mm-hmm.
see him wanting to get it, but if you own
Mm-hmm.
the studio, already had the board and the jams like we do, we got the whole setup. So
Right.
really,
Right.
it's useless stuff. We need software
Soft
like Ableton,
motherfucking wear. That's what we
like Logic.
need on everything. Hey,
Every
without
commercial
us having to
on
pay
YouTube,
for it on top of that though.
yeah,
That's crazy.
everything you do on YouTube is catered towards Logic and Ableton software. Why can't I do it in your software?
True.
That makes
True.
no sense.
It makes no sense. Yeah,
No
I
sense
didn't
at all.
understand that when they released that modes in the keyboard, but then you only can use it in Logic in Ableton, but you couldn't use
Yeah,
it in the Machine 2 software. You couldn't use it. That was weird to me because I'm like, how are y'all implementing this in a whole other DAW, but you don't have it in your own? I never understood that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So it just that was weird right there. Like how y'all release something and it's not even you can't even work it in your own dang on product. That was retarded to me.
yeah. You know,
You know.
it's just, you know, it just seemed like they just throwed us out some prototypes. You gonna let them use that for a little bit. We already got the big boys, and just
Yeah.
they just made money, and here they come.
Mm-hmm. Now
And
here.
I'm wondering, are we just going? I believe we just gonna have to. What's gonna happen? They're gonna come out. I think the Machine Studio, when they do drop it, it's
Yeah.
gonna be all standalone. It's because they got to compete with Akai.
They gotta compete with Akai. Yeah, definitely,
No,
definitely.
no doubt about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then with that said, if you get the MK3, I guarantee the studio software is gonna be in the Machine Studio is gonna be different than that MK3 software.
Huh.
There's gonna be some difference in it. If they make it a full blown standalone, it's gonna be some difference in it.
But here's the thing, though, man. Like, how do you feel about them really like charging for
Yeah,
for the
yeah, they,
updates? That's retarded. And then
yeah,
here's the thing is that the software doesn't have all the necessary tools it need from the get go. It don't even
mhm.
have it. So why are y'all charging us for software that doesn't have everything that it really needs, like the foundation, the most important stuff that it needs, like a VU meter
Nope,
and checking your stereo field and you know and the phase issues and stuff. I shouldn't have to rely on a third party at all. It should
not
already
at
be
all.
implemented in their software, regardless if they feel like it's just a beat making platform just to make beats. Okay, well, I remember seeing videos there saying that you can mix in it and this and that. But why is your customers and I having to go to Logic or Ableton or FL or any other DAW to bounce out the product out of your software into and then put it into a whole nother DAW just to be able to get the final product? That's
Yeah, yeah.
retarded.
You know, if you're gonna make beat making hardware and your software is not compatible, so we can complete a project any of that software is useless, man.
Man, there's so many producers, man, that I've came across. They say, well, I only use the machine just for the drum pattern, or I just make the beat in it, but then I export everything out. That's too many steps, man. When you gotta export it out, you gotta waste. It's everything. When it comes to a producer, it's all about your time. You know what I'm saying?
Workflow.
How you spend your workflow and your time. And if you're not able to enhance your workflow and time management when you're doing this stuff with this particular software, you're not really it's not really working for you at some point, because you still have to bounce it out and then put it in a whole nother DAW, do what you got to do with it, and then bounce it out of there. That's doing too much.
Yeah, and they claim the MK3 is supposed to be an easier workflow. It's not an easier workflow if I got to bounce into another DAW to finish.
Right. That don't make sense, man. It just don't make sense. Like,
it's not an easy workflow or fast workflow.
They'll kill you all day long on the, like I said, the special guest DJs and stuff like that, and all the EDM DJs and producers and stuff, But here's the thing is that, and I don't understand, is that they have a urban fan base that they do not even cater to.
Not at all. We're able to do with a push.
They don't cater to the urban producer community at all. They do not.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, when Akai came out with when they came out with that live, that MPC live and all that, they had Zaytoven on there. You know what I'm saying?
All of them.
They had a lot of different people on there, JD, and you know what I'm saying, all these different type of cats on there, catering towards urban producers. They do not do anything, nor their drum. I'm just gonna be real, like their drum kits isn't really up to par as for an urban producer. I mean, I guess from my perspective, it don't sound like it.
Nah, they sound like I said, they
threw together, put a name on it, and sent it on out the door.
Yeah, they need to cater more toward the urban producer a whole lot, and I'm pretty sure they look at these tutorials and everything on YouTube. They got to see that the rest of them, Logic and the rest of them picking up off of it. FL picking up off of it.
Yeah,
FL is better than NI software and SCA. They even updated their software better.
Yeah.
But it's no way to have top dollar hardware and call yourself making software to go with it, and it's really useless.
Man, I mean, here's the thing: to all producers really that's checking this out, man, and I don't know how many of y'all actually chime in. You know what I'm saying, on today's podcast. You know what I'm saying, comment on this, man, because this is some real stuff right here. You know what I'm saying, like. They have no problem about releasing hardware all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll give you multiple versions of the keyboard and the beat pad. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing: is that, man, that software has been the biggest issue forever and a day. It's like they have the hardest time getting that software together. You know what I'm saying? And that was my biggest argument right there. Is because they don't focus on the software. The software is where the magic really works and start happening at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not the hardware stuff at all. The hardware stuff look nice as it is, colors and all that or whatever. You can see the thumbnails and the pictures and all that. Okay, cool. But at the end of the day, man, that software is what's most important, man, because that's where we create our magic at. You know what I'm saying? And if that thing ain't together, man, you hustling backwards.
And very backward. Then, I hear some producers say, well, it wasn't supposed to, they didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be a full DAW. Yeah, I've seen those comments too, yo.
It's audio work. That's what it is. Digital audio works. They made the software. So what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What design for?
Why? Okay, well, if you're talking about design, then obviously it had to been designed for that because they got microphone inputs in the back of the new stuff now.
Yeah, so you can't
plug up a guitar or something like that into it now. So that argument goes right out the window because obviously that's what they've been shooting for all this time.
Yeah.
With the sound card on the keyboard and on the back of the machine. Now they could have did all that at the beginning. Why didn't they do that? They were just trying to take money. They give you breadcrumbs and just leading you on and be like, oh, now the machine can do this now. And it could have been done that.
Yeah, they probably got this stuff.
They could have been done that. Like this whole new MK3 and the MK2, man, that stuff was made 2 years ago, man.
It's already been made.
And like the jam, it's been made.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, but pretty sure, give it another year and a half, they'll be able to drop a new jam that's gonna have a little viewer window on there and all the
Real
extra
wonders
little,
on.
you know what I'm saying, all the little shindigs that they could have did in the very first one.
It'll
But
be similar to the push, but they'll have something different too.
yeah,
They add 3 or 4
yeah,
different
I'll talk. Now look,
features
we're
to
going
it.
on record with this, and I promise you, it's gonna come out like that.
Yeah, they got to put the display on there because
Yeah,
they didn't look how they did the
but
board.
they should have did that from the get go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's where they're going wrong at because they could have implemented all this before. It ain't like they didn't have the technology or the resources to do it. They just chose not to. They rather just keep giving us the crumbs in the knockoff or the watered down version of it. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't fair to producers. And that's why I was saying like don't be a gear slut about the whole situation because that's where they capitalizing off of. They all about money. They don't go into too much detail about their product as it is. They don't really go into too much detail about it. They just say how nice it looks and how shiny it is, and then they'll have some producer, EDM or pop producer or something like that, or some kind of a DJ on there doing finger drum and stuff or whatever, making it look nice and all. But they don't go into the
for
deep
about
core
30 seconds.
detail about what's all going on with it, where the true improvements are at,
Nope.
how it helps you, why why you feel like you really need to have it at this point. They don't go into deep conversation about that. You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just more.
then like
It's
I
one of them
said,
situations like, okay, it looks nice, it's shiny, it's new. Hurry up and buy.
and that's all they showing you. You
That's
don't get, but
that's it.
if you like you said, you take the a cow when they get them guys to do their product, you
Mm-hmm.
get a nice little video. You get to look and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You watch NI, they give you a little 25, 30 seconds. All they want you to do is look at how pretty it look. And most of the time they using samples that they sampling it, boom, about 30 seconds. That's all you give it. I seen the one
Mm-hmm.
with a knife one on it doing the MK3. He on there for about 15 or 20 seconds. But when have you ever seen him do a video on machine or anything?
Mm-hmm.
Give a live that he used it.
That's the thing, though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like
So
I
it's,
use producers that use their product that they know use it, and them guys get on there and they do a commercial. They sell not only does they show you that it'll work, what you can do on it.
mm-hmm.
And I get these guys, they give you a little, get some DJs, they give you a little mixing thing for about 30 seconds, they gone. That's it. If you think I'm wrong, go look on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Nah, that's real. That's real. That's real, man. You know what I'm saying? It just that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? They capitalize off of us like a motherfucker, man. I mean, I'm spitting real facts, man. And TB and Shooter, we spitting because we are advocate users of the NI product. We have all three of their products: the Machine Studios,
Got 'em.
the Jam, and the Complete Control. All three of us have
Yeah.
all three of those products of theirs and all the software. I know I read in one of the comments, one of the guys on there saying, well, y'all only probably crying about this and that because y'all got the crack version of this and that. Hold on. I don't do Bando software. I pay for
Nah,
my software. I
nah.
pay for the stuff I want.
Everybody pay
And
for him.
anybody who's looked at any of the videos or the studio tour stuff that I've done myself, you see that these are purchases and things and that I paid for. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe investing into my craft. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I'm not going to do is sit there and spend my money on irrelevant product that's not really there to help me. It's about the same. It's the equal amount of what I already have in my front room right now. It does nothing different than what I already have. It just has
Yeah,
screens and
so
stuff
that,
on there. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more kind of teed off because it's like, okay, I've only got to enjoy this keyboard for about 2.5 years. Okay,
yeah,
2.5 years. Now the MK2 users, they may wanted the MK3. Okay, that's cool. They may want to
yeah. That's
upgrade
cool
that.
with
That's
them. Yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
cool if they want to
That's what they
upgrade
like
that
to
from the
use.
two to the three. Cool.
Yeah, because they don't want the studio. I
Right.
understand. It's
Right.
on, you know.
Right. It's not the studio. It's not.
Yeah,
I own the studio. You know what I'm saying? But now
yeah,
I have a complete control keyboard, and then y'all come out with a complete control keyboard, which came out at the same time as this Machine Studio. So now I wonder now, are y'all gonna come out with a Machine Studio probably about around November to December?
yeah. It's coming, y'all.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Or
that
first of the year. When y'all gonna drop that now at this point? You know what I'm saying? And like I
yeah,
said, man, like don't be a gear slut, man. Don't do that shit, man. Like and I really just step their fucking game up. And I believe us as producers, if we just on their head about it and letting them know off top that hey, we shouldn't have to rely on third party softwares or whatever to make life happen,
yeah.
then they need to step their game up. Quit
You
trying
know,
to pimp us. Quit trying to take our money and think we just gonna buy it because it's new.
yeah. You know, we can't even give a full blown tutorial on native instrument from the hardware to the software. Because once we get through with our track, we got to export.
You know what I'm saying? Like it just, and then like people say, well, there's a VU meter on the Machine Jam and on the Machine Studio. That's not a VU meter. It does not let you know how many dBs of headroom you have. Any of that. The software doesn't even have any of that on there, where it lets you know where you maybe a negative 12 dB under. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. It doesn't let you know. But FL has that.
They have one.
Off top. But everybody, I remember a little while ago, everybody was kind of shitting on FL. Like, oh, FL's trash. This is that. But guess what? FL supplies you with all the basic tools that you would need to get any kind of project up and going. Them are facts right there.
They got a complete DAW where you can do what you need to do in now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, hindsight, man, it's like, man, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? But I like to ask the viewers though, those who are checking out the content right now, I'm looking at the comments. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like this new hardware right here is worth the money and the time getting? Definitely if you own a machine, any version of the machine or the keyboard.
Or the jam, like they advertise the MK1 strip. So if you got the jam, you got 8.
Right.
So if you already got a jam, why would you want to step down? They talk about the small strip, 8 versus 1. I got the jam, so what would I want the MK3 for when I got 8 small strips that I can play with versus your 1?
Yeah. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, I don't know, man, but I definitely like to hear you guys' comments. Because this is definitely for you guys who's checking this podcast out, you know what I'm saying, to be able to vent about how software, you know, and it goes a little deeper than just NI. It's all software developers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how they can improve their product for us and think about us more so than them making something real quick and then throwing it up there to try to sell it to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all all done seen it, you know, quick little updates here and there or whatever, and then they try to charge you for updates and all that little fuck ass shit. Like, how do y'all feel about that as producers, knowing that you have to spend your money, and then they'll tell you, oh, well, it has a new function to it, this and that. But you already paid for it once already. Why you got to pay for an upgrade? Why you got to pay for all that? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to pay for no upgrades. Once you pay what you want, give me all the updates for free.
Yeah, you should have. You done pay. You should get free. Hey, the rest of them give a lifetime updates.
Or do y'all feel like they should come with a good solid price point where it covers all the updates or whatever, and you just pay that one pay and then that's that? Because it may be a situation where they making you pay, but then they're like, okay, well, we invested a little bit more money in to get these updates and this and that, and we may need extra little money or whatever to recoup from what we just spent for these updates.
Yeah,
I can understand that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the reason why they probably would charge in that aspect, but nonetheless, if it's gonna be like that, why don't y'all just charge us one good solid price that's gonna cover whatever up and coming updates or whatever advances y'all want to do to this software?
Yeah, it's just really, but you know, it's about money, and they know once they know they got the customer, they gonna keep feeding. They know you're gonna buy into it, so it just. They're going to keep feeding. As long as if nobody complain about the software, don't never keep saying that. If they'll throw, that's why they throw the MK out. Let me throw something out, get them off his software. And then, you know, they just act like it was just a new, they forgot about all the other machine software. Right. Like the MK3 is just it's the beginning.
It's all over. Yeah.
No, it's just because, some.
You know what, TB though, man. When I actually look back and look at everything, like when I first got the Machine Studio and the Complete Control keyboard.
Yeah.
I remember when I purchased it back in 2000. It was in December 2015, and I remember how I would watch videos and a lot of producers was expressing how they didn't want to pay for the Machine 2 software update, and why did they have to pay for it? Like a lot of people was pissed about that. A lot of people was pissed about that, and I was like, I don't know what the hell going on. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of new to the whole machine thing. Like I'm totally oblivious. Yeah. But now, as I sit back and I reflect and I look at it, it's like that was some messed up stuff right there. That was messed
Yeah,
up
to
for them
make
to
you pay
charge
for
them.
an update.
Yeah, to pay for that update. What they all they did, the only thing they changed in it was with the GUI in it. They changed the GUI. I think
That's
they
it.
upgraded the scales and chord functions in it.
Yeah.
And what else did they upgrade so far as in software wise with that thing?
And that just
I think
and
that
like
was
your
then about
chords and
it. Really, I
scale
think that was the scales and chord functions and the GUI of it. I think that
yeah.
was the biggest upgrades that they did with it when it went to that machine too, software update. But I mean, even then, that wasn't really big enough to be charging like that. I mean, look at what they've implemented since the scales and chords. They implemented modes now, which I've been waiting for them to do. I thought they would have did that when they did the Machine 2 software update. That I
Yeah.
thought modes was already in it, and come to find out it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to scales and chords, but then they implemented, a year and a half or so later. But then it's still you still can't use it the keyboard with the machine software. You have to use that with Logic or Ableton or FL or anywhere else, but its own software. That was crazy.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
let's do let's do this then. Let's kind of figure out what the future holds for Machine 3.0
Well,
software update. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to
I'm gonna
implement
go
the
to you, but
modes with the keyboard and say, hey, look, now I can be able to implement modes into the Machine 3 software update now? You know what I'm saying? With the keyboard.
well, I can tell I'm looking at it. If that 3.0 software don't come out, I'm just gonna have to just wrap it up with them and go on another route. Because I'm sure looking at the push. I'm
The
sure,
Ableton.
yeah, I'm sure pushing. I'm sure pushing out there. All produce, I'm pushing. They gonna have to show, we giving them love and talk, represent their product, and they won't give us nothing to make it better. Other people out there that's making hardware and really, really good software.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I letting you already know that by when they advertise. Like I said, they already letting you know it's better software out there than theirs.
Right,
So
right.
all the other companies got to do is go on and complete their hardware with them, and they'll be. I feel like if they don't update this software,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna lose out on the urban producer. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the
So
biggest
we had
thing
to,
is that they
yeah,
don't understand how big the urban producer community is right now at this point. It's huge. It's up
and
there
they
right
really
along
need to.
with the EDM or the pop or anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's a force to be reckoned with as well. So why do y'all
It's up there.
downplay it?
All these software, they at first they weren't doing it, then they got to
All
looking
of
and
them, all of them,
YouTube now, all of
from
them.
Propeller
They make
Head,
sure that
from
that urban
Propeller,
producer,
bro.
their software is catered to them.
I remember at a point in time when I used to use Reasons, Propeller Head. A lot of their stuff was not urban producer friendly. Like none of that stuff, man. It was like a lot of EDM and pop stuff. Like when you would hear the presets when you go through the sound banks, none
Yep.
of that stuff was
Yeah.
nothing that you could really do with, what I'm saying, so far as with urban production. You know what I'm saying? You had to really kind of dig for that
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like now these days, like you said, a lot of the software developers are recognizing that is a genre of music that is very popular that people are looking to make and wanting to use in a production, and they need to make sure they have the tools for it. There's a market for it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and for them to be as big as they are at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would need, you would think they would need to step their game up about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't make no sense.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they got to they're going to tighten up their software. I believe the software and they don't cater to the urban producers. They'll start losing. You just can't keep. It's only so much hardware. Once you put this machine out,
Right. It's on.
if
Yeah.
it's a standalone, that you
It's only
stuck in
so much you
hardware.
can. Yeah. Yeah. It's only so much you're
That's
gonna
it.
be able to do with the hardware. Right. It's only so much you're gonna be able to do with it. But it's the software. It's gonna be the trending thing that you always gonna make sure you update and make sure you're in front of the ball. You know what I'm saying? With
Yeah.
let me ask you this though, TB. And Shooter, if you hearing as well, what is one of the biggest problems you have with the software that you've came across so far?
Oh,
And to the audience as well. Y'all
Sorry.
can. Hey, I like to hear
I
y'all.
just don't.
I like to see y'all
I
chat
just
too.
don't. I just don't. I don't like the plugins. I just like the visual plugins, like the rest of the soft DAWs got. I just like to see. It's the plugins with me.
Mm. Mm.
You know, I just like that visual. You know, you still can all up. You still listening to what you're mixing, but it just something about that you being able to see what you're doing.
Right.
And to me, they should if they didn't want to do that, they should have hooked up with these places that do plugins. You got a lot of
Yeah.
plug-in suites
You
that
know
they can
what? They
they can
already.
hook
But
up with.
here's the thing though. Appreciate you too, bro. Um, Here's the thing though, man. They already have kind of linked up. They linked up with Focusrite.
Yeah,
You
but
remember when they
where's the
came out with the
Focusrite
EQ
plug-in?
and the plug, yeah, the plugins from Focusrite and all that stuff? What they came out with?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So they it shows that they've been linking up with different companies when it comes to software and compressors and EQs and things like that. So why couldn't they hook up with Focusrite, I guess, to make sure we have VU meters and things like that to be able to get good balance and headroom and things like that?
because I use a Focusrite interface, and they got the plugins on that as visual that I downloaded. So why can't machine hook up with them and use their plugin, just put them in there
Right.
instead of what you got? They need to just update the software and make it
But
look modern. It don't look good.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. The software do look kind of
it
The
don't look
plugins do
good
look
like
kind
the
of
software
old.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they look
yeah, it's
old as hell.
old and it's outdated.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you, they need to pick up on that. It need to look better. You're making better hardware, improve your software.
Mm-hmm. Now see here.
Cause some people say you ain't got
Go ahead. Go ahead.
everybody to well, they're tired of looking at the machine and mouse clicking. That's what we've been doing from day one. So
Yeah.
every producer used to his mouse and looking at his screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't use that. That ain't gonna help my workflow. Me bent down looking at this machine studio. I really look at
Right.
my big screen.
Right. Now
You ain't
see.
kept your hand on that mouse long enough to know where the mouse click at. Now it's all motor. It's all motor skills. You've been doing it too long.
Mm-hmm.
So it just need to be software. We need some good looking software. We need to be able to finish the product in
Mm.
your with your hardware. That's all we need, and we need some more urban content for the urban producer.
For the urban producers, yeah. And
And
that's
get
not much to ask. That's not really much to
no,
ask. You know what I'm saying? But here's my thing: is that the reason why I gripe about this is because I'm really representing for those producers out here that may not have access or the finances currently at this point, or they may
yeah,
be new to machine and they or just music production period, right? You know what I'm saying? You may have a 15, 16-year old cat that's just trying to learn and stuff, but how are they able to learn? You know what I'm saying? If they don't have all the proper stuff that should really come with the software, they don't
yeah,
have. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. He like you said, he might not have the
He
money
might not have the
buy
money
this
to
and
have a
then go
third
buy that
party
software
anything.
to make it real.
Right. To make a record
But
or make life happen like that, he has to rely on maybe sending the file somewhere else to get mixed
yeah,
or you know what I'm saying, some stuff like that. He shouldn't have to.
yeah.
Shouldn't have to, man. You just shouldn't have to do all that at the end of the day.
You
You know
know,
what I'm saying? So I definitely speak for those out here that don't have it like that and have to rely on the stuff that comes with the software. You know, they may have parents that don't have the money, but they don't mind paying for the board and the software. You know what I'm saying? But then
yeah,
the software don't have everything it needs for you to do what you need to do with it. So
yeah.
that's that. I can just imagine how that feels. You know what I'm saying? To not have that access like
Yeah,
that
you know,
as a
and
producer.
it's a lot of producers out there that's speaking about this, but
Yeah. Yeah.
they fit. It's just I don't know.
Did you say Craft
it
Masters
just
was speaking about that as well? That he was
he said he got the OMK1 and he got the Studio Jam. He was
yeah
saying the same thing.
yeah
Like I was saying, like the test strips. He said I got 8 with the machine. He said he's used to the workflow on his
yeah
MK1. He wants software.
right
He said it plain out. Where's the software?
right. Where's the software in? Where is it at?
Yeah, yeah. Craft Master. So I done seen some more. I've seen several producers on there that just wasn't thrilled with the. They want the software because they got the full setup.
Yeah.
So
And
the
I
new,
mean,
like I said, the new machine it's good for those that starting out
yeah
that don't
yeah.
have. They
Not
want to
knocking
start
that. Not
producing.
knocking that at all.
Not knocking it all because
Right.
it's good hardware.
Yeah.
And if you had the MK1, You just want to upgrade to that. That's good for
Right,
you
and
because
that's cool
you
for
don't want to
you.
invest in the studio.
Right.
And that's understandable. But if you
You
have
may
the
want to travel
machine
around and not have to
studio,
carry that studio with you like that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. If you have the machines, if you have the complete setup, I don't understand why the MK3 is so fantastic to you. What's so amazing about it? If you already got everything right there, you got
Right.
all three.
Yeah, because the
You got the
studio
board, the
is the
studio, and the
flagship.
jam.
Yeah.
What more you add for? All you need is all three of them put together really in one, and you
True.
have, yeah.
True.
It's just gonna save up space for you if that's what you want to do. You can take the board now, like I said, and if you don't want to use your interface or whatever, get the board and you got everything right there. And just set it there on your computer table, your keyboard rack, and you just got one unit.
Mm-hmm.
But far as if you already set up, most producers already have a good interface. And why would you start working with start unhooking stuff that you already got? That's just a waste of time. Then you don't know how good this interface is gonna be to look at their software. So how good is the interface gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
This is a test run. The MK3 is a test run. So if it's any kind of bugs in it, the machine studio won't have it.
Hey, FL's EQ is on point.
Yeah,
I would like to see.
yeah.
I would like to see the machine with that type of an EQ, a visual EQ. That's what they call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, visual. Yeah.
Even in the compressor. I mean, some people are more visual. You know what I'm saying? And I think when they came with that EQ and that compressor, it was more for those who just kind of use the ear, which is always good, really, to use your ear when it comes to mixing. But some people still like to have that visual as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think they should have had implemented some kind of way, maybe the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
FL gang forever.
What up with you, Pharaoh?
Hey, don't come on here with that. We trying.
The FL gang forever.
What up? FL gang forever.
Hell nah.
We out here.
Man, on everything.
We out here strong with it.
FLBA, that community is very strong, man.
We gave y'all a good product.
Yeah, definitely.
FL gang strong, man. What you talking about? FL, we got everything. We got the best EQ, basic EQ plugins. Then we got amazing synth keyboards that we can make. We make our own personal synths. We can do anything with a wavelength. We awesome. FL gang. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Y'all are hating.
Ain't nobody hating.
You come in on the tail end, I gave you props.
Yeah.
I said even FL. Did you hear me say that? Even.
I'm sorry I could not be here earlier. Unfortunately, I had to go to class.
Oh, that's all good. So I know, Pharaoh, you ain't a fan of machine. You don't have.
No, it's not that I'm not a fan of it. It's just that I've never been able to use it properly. I've always been able to use the trial periods of it, and I tried to use it, but it never really felt like fluent to me. I don't know. I tried. Like I said, I've tried a machine. Attempted to use Logic. That was wasting my time. And Ableton, I couldn't even figure it out. So I just that's why I stuck with FL. But to be honest, I don't hate machine because I think there's a lot of people, especially in the producer world, that are really good with machine. And I personally, if you good with it and you can make some bangers with it, I don't care what you use.
Right.
I just suck with
Facts.
it,
Facts. Yeah. Yeah, because there's no, honestly, like I did a video a long time ago, man. Like there's no the best DAW. The best DAW is the one that you can relate to the most.
Right.
Everybody's different. Everybody's workflow is different. Everybody's perception of how they work and do things with this DAW is in front of them is different. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best DAW. Period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I like to say though okay, so we know FL doesn't charge for updates. We know that. That's one of the biggest selling points is that you get free updates forever.
If you have the real FL,
right.
If you have the real
FL.
Right.
Yeah.
So for you guys to be able to have the free updates, and then y'all looking at the machine users having to pay for software updates, seeing that we have to pay for the software and we already have to pay for hardware, because seeing FL doesn't have any hardware that comes with it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So how is your perspective looking at that? Looking at like, okay, well, y'all got to pay for hardware and software. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
You know, honestly, in my personal opinion, I think Machine is a great DAW, and I think if people know how to use it, I think it's a wonderful thing to definitely use. And I think because of the things you can do with Machine is actually very underrated. I have to put in my personal opinion, but I will say this: for equality for DAWs, I think it's kind of bogus the fact that you have to pay for updates.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary. Because personally, in my opinion, we are all doing one thing, and there's no reason why we all need to be paying for something that doesn't need to be paid for.
Yeah.
It's you buy it once, it should be done. You buy it one time. You don't need to keep buying it over and over and over again. And I think that's why a lot of people have a lot of issues with production, just producing in general,
Mm-hmm.
because it's simply because it's just all the money you got to sink into it. You know how much money you got to sink into to something like that. Now I don't know
Mm-hmm.
too much about Machine, but I do know a lot of times y'all use beat pads and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, y'all got to go through giving so much money, putting in the time, the hardware. Then you got to turn back around this new update that there's something that you really, really need,
Yeah.
and now you can't even have it, which is
Right.
bogus to me. I don't like that. That's another reason why I'm a high advocate on FL and Ableton and Logic, because if you, especially with, at least I know for a fact with FL, once you buy FL once, you got it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Every update, every new thing they come out with, it's yours.
But see,
Unless there's like a major jump.
here's another company that's charged for updates, which was one of my very first DAWs that I owned. Was fucking Pro Tools.
Yeah,
I had Pro Tools 7 LE,
yeah,
and
yeah.
now I be down. They got all the way up to Pro Tools 12 now. Somewhere in there, I think Pro Tools 10 or somewhere in there,
Yeah.
they made people pay for that update.
You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play, and that's what a lot of reasons why a lot of people don't stick with production for so long. It's like we sit there trying to do something for ourselves and trying to make something bitter, beggar, bleh.
Bigger.
And
Yeah.
there's something extra. There's something extra you're putting to the table with on your default DAWs. That's not fair. Why am I repaying the same thing I just paid for?
Right.
That takes away your whole thought process. And
Mm-hmm.
here's my issue
Because
with a
some
lot of other
people,
DAWs.
some of these producers may not even made no money off of
Right.
what they
So,
paid investing
I
into the software already.
use FL Studio. Me using FL Studio, I feel like I'm already at a better advantage simply because I don't never have to worry about having to pay for an update if I buy it. Obviously, I don't gotta pay for another. I can get the new and working new plugin that they got out there that they put
Mm-hmm.
on their systems, and that could be the one plugin that could change my life.
Mm.
It could be my next favorite plugin. And like I said, I feel like that's a lot of reasons why a lot of producers work with FL for so long. And that's why that's why I believe really FL, Ableton, and Logic, those are the ones that are really gonna stick and that are gonna have the more users. I think, and not to take this and don't take this as the wrong way, but I think the older producers are the ones that are gonna use more of the Machine and your
The
Pro
Kaya.
Tools.
Yeah.
I think unfortunately, and it sucks because like you don't know, that might be something you might actually be good with. So personally, I'm a big advocate on trying new things, but I believe that it needs to be tried, but it needs to be to other people. I think that's where a lot of people get in trouble with, and it's where a lot of people get in lots of bad situations with. You
So,
don't want to keep paying for something that you shouldn't have to keep paying for.
right. So are you saying basically that it's a waste of time to buy hardware when the software I
In
mean
today's,
any software can be compatible to do whatever you want to do? Like why would we need to have a
yeah,
machine?
of course, yeah.
Right. Because if they're gonna
In
just keep
today's
updating the
world,
machine hardware, then what's the purpose of having the machine hardware? Period. You just get some software
of
and just do
course,
everything it needs to do.
Yeah.
I think in today's day and age, it is kind of a moot point now. I think in today's day and age, we have made everything easy to do.
Mm.
I can simply do a whole beat with my laptop. I don't need a MIDI keyboard. And unfortunately, as a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is it's easy to do and anybody can do it, and it's
Let me
something
see
quick
the
to do.
pencil for a minute.
The bad thing is it's easy to do, anybody can do it, and it's something simple to do. Simply because production should come from the heart. That's something that you feel. That's your stamp.
Yeah.
Right?
It comes from you, yeah.
If anybody could do it,
then
who anymore?
It's like a meme I had posted on IG one time. It says, "If everybody rap, then who's the listeners?"
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If everybody rapping, who's the listeners? So
thank you.
And see that, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Now we're in a situation. Where it's like want to produce, but to actually admit that some are better than others. Some people can actually produce. People just think, oh, we just gonna go out here and make a beat and we're gonna sell it and see how and we can flip it. And that's not fair, because a lot of the times you ruin the people that are really putting their blood, sweat, and tears in something. So no, I don't believe that deal with. I do not believe that it should be easy to deal with, easy to get into, but I do not believe it needs to be super hard to get into either. And that's the problem with a lot of these brands that like my machine and Pro Tools. They are making it so hard. It's hard to get into some. It's not face of.
Man, you going in and out. Your audio going in and out.
Oh, I just got back to my door. My bad.
There you go.
But yeah, it is what it is. I believe producing shouldn't need to be super hard to get into, but I don't need to think it needs to be super easy to get into either.
True. Because you got to think about it. Look at it like this. Look at it like this. Just like okay, us being producers, we already have to pay for most likely a new computer at some point. Let's look at all the shit that we have to pay for. Look at all the stuff that we have to pay for already.
Yes.
We have to pay for a new computer or a new update for a computer or new memory or hard drives or whatever. Because the software, because guess what? The software that they keep developing are getting bigger and bigger and CPU hungry.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Then we got to turn around and pay for updates.
Yep.
And some of these producers don't know how to even get the first dime off of their money, off their product.
Yep.
And that's why I think updates for things like that should be free. It should not, once you pay for it, you're done. It's over.
I mean, those updates, Native Instruments, Native Instruments is first and foremost wasn't looking at a structured situation, I believe. I don't think they even realized. I don't think they realized how big their products will be. So when you set out, you got to think about it. They initially sat out, and this was at NOM, and it wasn't. This shit took off.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. But see, with that said, a lot of them the software developers, it's the urban producer that's really made this software go to where on the level that it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like we create the demand. So when we create and we blow up, or we are part of projects that blow up or whatever, and then we talking this shit, we on our cookup videos or whatever, we are already branding Native Instrument.
True.
Yeah. True.
Past anything, and it's free publicity for them.
Right.
Like it's a difference when we spend. Now, if we spent $80 for some shit, and then they constantly doing updates, granted, but we spent
we spent
thousands of dollars on this shit, from software to hardware, and we're eventually still paying money. Like it's a consistency of a guaranteed monetization, because if you look at it, it's going to be built based off operating systems, and Apple, we know, always updating.
Update, yep. And
Yeah.
the software and whatever software you're using has to be compatible with that update.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all those mods and updates, and we got to constantly pay for them. That's frankly bullshit. And Native Instrument should know better than that. It's the catering to creation, a production creation. How is it that every other software updates are free for life?
Right.
Yeah.
But not Native Instruments. They always creating something new, but yet we got to still pay for it. Motherfuckers have already, we already spent thousands, let's say $1,000 or whatever, $600-700 on, let's say, complete, ultimate complete.
True.
Team,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, you get a discount for the upgrade. But however, we still spending $400-500.
$100. Yeah.
For upgrade. If it's upgraded and it's updated and we had already spent that money from the first, why are we still paying that? That shit should be bought from somebody who just now coming into the platform.
Hold on, check this. You know what, Shooter? I got something to say about that too. Just like they dropped that symphony strings and brass and all that stuff, but it didn't come with the complete stuff. Yeah. But they sold all that stuff individually after they dropped that complete Control 11 software update, all that. But those particular banks were not in there with it
at all.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
That's strategics right there.
Yeah.
Native, at the end of the day, if it come down to it, and I'll be the person to stick my neck out and say this, I'm Shooter, by the way. I'll find a different solution, regardless. Like, and that's just real truth. I mean, I got too much money invested into everything that's going on and that's happening. What's up? Hold on, bro. I got too much invested in everything that's happening. And so I can't see me consistently feeding the cash cow or steady paying that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll find something else. It's sad that you can go buy Ableton. I'd rather, as much as I love my Native Instrument, we can go buy an Ableton Push and not have to worry about nothing else ever again. Everything with Ableton is an update free.
True.
Yeah.
Everything with Akai is an update free. Now, if they want, I mean, we can start. We can switch over. I mean, it can happen.
Yeah. I mean,
it'll come out.
It'll be able to team live. It'll be going.
It's gonna be a good giveaway one day on the whole studio setup.
Yeah, Ableton gang.
Hey man, y'all tripping.
Quick, man. Hey, nah, it's real, man. It's business. This is business.
I'm in the business
right here.
If you don't give me nothing, to where I can benefit from this business, I mean, I got to go.
That's a business transactions, bro. You know what I'm saying? We spend our money. That's business. And hey, if they ain't able to keep up with what we need, hey, we can take our business somewhere else. This is business.
This is a business. I need to provide my business with what I need.
I'm not a dire need for a machine to be able to make sure I got what I need for me to do what I gotta do. If they not giving me what I need to go on somewhere else. It's a business move right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because the thing is, we're bringing a platform to them. Yeah, we using their instruments. They're not promoting us. We're not getting Trap Monster's not getting sponsored by Native Instruments.
They ain't cut no checks right here.
But every day we cooking up with Native Instrument. Every day we're branding Native Instrument.
Yep.
We don't have to use Native Instrument. That's the thing, you know. And I can't speak for every other production team, but what I will do is speak for my production team.
True.
Or us collectively. That, like, come on now, like we're constantly branded. Every weekly, we at least generating 10 at least up to 10,000 views collectively over all the stuff that we are doing. So that's 10,000 people that's seeing Native Instrument based off Trap Monsters, and we are steady growing. We on every social media outlet.
Yep.
Everybody know who Shooter is, and then consistently we got major placements now, and now it's a new major situation that I just got acclimated to. So I mean, and then yet we will still be platforming Native Instruments. Now, new customers, okay, boom, y'all got to pay for this update.
Yeah.
You know, but a new customer, when the person new buy that product, they're going to get the new update with it. Free up. Here you go. We, on the other hand, going to have to pay for that shit. And I'm not with it. Like, I'm really not with it. I don't want to keep having to shell out money for something that I spent money on once.
And you know, and thing with that, on the MK3, it's not coming with the 3.0 software. So are they going to have to buy it, or are they going to give them a free one?
Right.
It's coming with the software we got now.
Yeah, so that's the BS behind what Native Instrument got.
So why would you putting out a new machine
with old software?
With all software, so when you come out with 3.0,
old ass software.
But
and then
the thing is, first off, how is it that we are? I mean, like, yeah, we can make bangers with what we got.
Sure.
But we so limited. How is it we don't have DAW functionality? Why is it that we gotta track out? Go to Logic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Logic. Track out the Logic.
But you shouldn't have to.
And all that. We shouldn't have to. And we have no VU meters. We have none of that shit. We don't know if we peaking outside of a master peak level. There's so much flaw in that. But yet you constantly making all these updates, but ain't making the major updates. Or they have the major update just waiting to be released to bust our head.
But you know, so now, hey,
update. This
but
and
now.
that.
But you know what the other producer saying? All I be hearing is it wasn't never built to be a DAW.
That's what everybody. But that's what I was saying. That can't be true. That can't be true because they got quarter-inch jacks on the back of it for guitars and everything else now.
Right. If it wasn't,
go ahead.
If it wasn't meant to be a DAW, you just hit it on the head, bro. If it wasn't meant to be a DAW, then why add all the new shit on the backup?
Right.
Input.
Right.
You could still sample the same way you was.
It was.
Now you got mic jacks, audio line jacks, guitar jacks, all of that shit on the back of it.
On the back
interface.
Of it.
Yeah.
On the so you have an interface now. If you got an interface, every bit of it says digital audio
workstation. That is what we said at the beginning. Yup.
Period. So I mean, with that, it's gonna be. I hate to say it, without them understanding this, when you got somebody that's unofficially endorsing and branding Native Instruments products on a consistent level, and they still being attacked in the sense of you got to buy here, pay now. That's the case. We should have had our shit on the lease payment plan, $15 a month, some shit.
On everything, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, let's be realistic.
Nah, that's real.
Eventually, it'll add up to something like that. Do we really own our shit? Yeah, we own the hardware, but we don't own that software.
We sure don't.
Because if we did,
why would we still have to make payments on it to get new updates?
Absolutely, we still making some type of payment. On this shit.
Yep.
What?
FL gang, y'all need to come through. All these damn problems.
Nah, I'm cool on FL gang. I'm cool on that.
Whether it's every 6 months or every year, we still making some form of payment, y'all. Native Instrument, get it together. Come on now, you got a whole community of producers going in with your product, and yet it's only a select few that's even benefiting from it.
True.
And I'm not name dropping or bow brashing or none of that. All I'm saying is that how is it that you have squads and teams bringing this attention outside? It's just people that didn't even know what Native Instrument does. All they know is man, I want that machine, or I want this MK. They don't even know the halves of the depths of it. There's nothing outside of what us producers create, far as tutorial-wise, to teach the public what's about this machine shit anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
let's think about it. If we take out every producer that's ever did something with Native Instrument, the information on Native Instrument is vague as hell.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
That's why the platform is there as it is now for us. Because, first off,
they didn't cover every aspect of it.
We're not. This not EDM. There's nothing against EDM producers at all, by the way.
Or pop or any other genre, right?
Or pop. We are urban producers that have no boundaries. That's it. Therefore, we create whatever EDM, hip hop, pop, rap, R&B. But every time we get limited to functionality, man, this machine started off at machine 1. We are at 2.68. And you mean to tell me that this hasn't been a rising issue or a rising complaint, that the software updates, the upgrades, and anything in that formation of nature hasn't been already addressed? What it is we getting straddled along, and eventually we're going to have to go cash out some more shit.
Yeah.
Because they're going to present it. Watch. It's going to get presented. All your producers' questions have been answered. All the wants and inputs is need. Native Instrument now presents this. Software 3.0. Fully functional DAW. Everything capable. It's a sample input, instrument input, mic input. You can now record direct, all that type of shit.
Yeah, that's what I said that earlier. That's what's gonna happen.
With a price tag of $199 by now.
Yep, and it's gonna end it all.
And it's gonna end it all.
That'll be it.
Then you're gonna have those that's blind, that's already had all of this shit. I mean, think about it. The control is nice. Don't get me wrong. That complete is nice. The look is eye candy. It's appealing. But if you already got a machine studio and a complete control, why the hell would you go buy
that?
The MK2?
Yeah.
Are you buying it for the audio interface? If that's the case, then why own an Apollo? Why own an Mbox?
Or a Behringer X32? You know what I'm saying?
Behringers.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing though. Who knows what that interface is really about though?
We don't even know what it's about.
Nobody knows
at all.
You may be trading it in for something that you have right now is way better than.
Put 2 plug-ins and
we
it
talked
be
about that earlier, TB. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what's going on with this dang interface.
You don't even know at all. You just know you got an interface. And then it's all about it being. A lot of these cats get on there and they got these machines to they want Native Instrument to send them to MK3.
It ain't like NI is very familiar with interfaces, and they've been having their hand in the game with interfaces and stuff like that. Like they've been creating interfaces from the get go. It ain't like that. This is some whole charted water. I think they do have one interface on the market.
Yeah, they got one. Yeah,
but I don't know nobody who has that.
Because it's just a solid play. Don't have no.
Do anybody? I'm asking the chat. Do any of y'all know anybody who has a Native Instrument interface?
Yeah, the completed something. I forgot the name of NI6 or something.
Complete. Do anybody know anybody who has one of those?
What? Do they got a what?
That interface that NI got. Ain't it a complete 6 or something?
I don't know not one producer that has that interface.
Ain't nothing off.
Not no urban producer, no way.
True.
Right, yeah.
DJ's got it.
Yeah, probably a DJ. Well, Furrow, you would know.
It was created for that track.
Yeah.
So honestly, with the DJ thing, it really just depends on what you use. This club uses something called Record Box. We use something called Record Box, so I don't have problems with. So I think maybe this is more of a TV question because you use vinyls. Right. So we don't really have that problem. You know, it's all.
Somebody said, complete
audio
6.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the first comment I've ever heard in recommendation of that interface because I've never known nobody have one or say anything about it.
We got a man. We got said the married rich guy once said he just bought the machine. He don't know where to start. I'm gonna hook him up. Get him some videos. That's it.
Dope. Yeah, I mean, for those
TV for the people.
For those of y'all that's out there that's listening and chiming in, every voice heard make a difference. Like real talk.
Straight up.
Like if we as
share this video, share the stream right now if y'all can on your social media, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Reach out to some other producers, man. Let them know about the channel. Definitely.
If we as a producer community allow or accept that to happen, then they will continually do it. Like, don't get me wrong, Native Instrument, they good developers. They intuitive, very. But you got to think about your core base.
Yeah.
And nobody goes in thinking that every other month or every 3-4 months that there's some type of update, something's going to be needed. You know, and they allow it to just play out. So what I'm saying is, don't allow it to just be okay. Here you go. You about to go spend. If you already have one, fine. Be looking forward to a new price tag, a new lease option of $99 to $109.
Lease option.
Something like that. And that is totally bogus. That's unfair for us owners already of this project. Mind you, some of us own every last piece of machine hardware.
Facts.
From the machinists to the completes to the jams, so forth. Some of y'all got the audio interface and more. The tractor, all of that. So why keep paying for something that you already paid for? In a sense, you know, let Native Instrument know, like, yo, I'm not gonna keep supporting this.
Right.
Like, we already cashed out. I bought mine when it was still $1,000. That's just the machine itself.
Right.
Not including the complete ultimate, the complete controller, none of that. So with that being said, is y'all, I mean, voices do get heard. I mean, and this is for everybody that's in the machine or the Native Instrument community.
Well, hold on. Somebody said DDS has. I don't think DDS has that interface, bro. I think he has a Focusrite.
He got Focusrite.
He has a Focusrite Scarlett interface. He don't have that Audio 6 from NI.
Nah, you can see it on his video.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah, he's using Focusrite interface.
Hey, King, you got one comment on there. If somebody wanted an opinion about Logic versus Studio, I know you and Shooter, y'all top on that Logic, so.
Man.
Shooter, go ahead.
Man. All right, like Studio, that's Studio One, right? They got Studio One.
Let's get first Studio, maybe.
It's probably, I don't know if it's Studio 1 or is he talking about the Machine Studio.
It's Studio 3, Studio 1, version 3, something like that. Like, to each its own in DAW preference.
Yeah.
However, would I go to Studio One? No. Do I want to learn another DAW? No. If I do learn another DAW, it will be able to because of the functionality and the build. Do I like the audio interface? Do I like the GUI of it? No. Is Studio One's GUI appealing? Yes. However, Logic to me is just huge. Like it's ready. Like the difference is based off of how you work your workflow, how you set up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one can't say that this is the best DAW in the world. One can say this is their preference. You know what I'm saying? So, like, right. I prefer Logic as my sculpting tool. I can create in complete masterpieces in Logic. Mm-hmm. However, I utilize Machina. You know what I'm saying? Just for the quick calls, the NKS files. By the way, we do have an NKS file coming out from Trap Monster.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Here and Keyscape.
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 Yep.
You know, but like That's what. So I track out from there, and then I go and mix in Logic, or I will create whatever else I need to build in Logic, because we don't have DAW functionality in Machine. That's why I use Logic. Then I've grown to love Logic, because Logic is really a beast of its own. So if I think I speak correctly when I say that's why me and King utilize Logic the way we do. Yeah. That's not bashing Studio One at all.
No.
No, it's very eye appealing. I just don't want to go learn it. So I can't say, Logic is better than Studio One because it lets me record 30 tracks, or the MIDI lets me read, swap. You know, I can't say that because I'm not a Studio One user. What I can say is about Logic is that if I want to convert audio to MIDI, I can.
Yeah.
If I want to convert MIDI to audio, I can. I can bounce right there inside the track. Mm-hmm. I can freeze. I can fill. I can transpose. I can do whatever I want in Logic. No boundaries. There's nothing in the way in creating in Logic. I can't say that for Studio One. You know, I love Pro Tools as well, but I record audio of actual vocal takes in Pro Tools. So it's just like your workflow and your preference. Mm-hmm. I mean, big ups to Studio One as well. I'm a Logic guy at the end of the day.
Me too.
It's creativity. Yeah. Pro Tools. Logic, Pro Tools, and Machine is for me. Even though I feel some type of way at Native Instrument right now, I still rock with Machine.
And I see DeMarco asking about the Machine Jam or whatnot. There will be some Machine Jam tutorials coming soon. We're working on that right now. TB's getting those together. You know what I'm saying? And like me and Shula was saying, the NCAS files for Keyscape is coming for those who have the keyboard complete control and you have Atmosphere and Keyscape. You'll definitely have NCAS files coming soon for you guys on the website. Drum kits, MIDI kits, loop kits, all that coming. Preset banks, all that stuff is coming. Or is already on the site as well too. So, but yeah, man. And I mean, hell, if you're gonna go spend your money somewhere that's gonna help you, like I said, hey, go to the site, man. There's some stuff on there, drum kits and loops and all kind of stuff on there to help you out as well. But so far as this MK3 situation and that MK2 situation, if you already have the keyboard or the any one of the machine generations, don't waste your money if you already got it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even do that. If you're looking for something that's going to enhance your creativity and your production, then I mean, you know, there's other stuff out here that can help that. But so far as these new products right here, nah. But if you new to machine and you want to get a machine for the first time or a keyboard like that, go get it by all means. I definitely thumbs up. I ain't crashing it like that. It's definitely good for those who are new to it. But those who already own,
or just join FL gang like the rest of them.
Nah, I don't think they want to do all that.
FL gang all
FL
day.
gang.
True.
You know. But I mean, hey, FLA, they look good right now. I ain't gonna lie, they looking good.
Master Race, FL Master Race.
For the simple fact that they ain't gotta pay for the updates, man. That's a win-win right there. That is a win-win, and like Shooter said, that was a good valid point. It makes me feel like I'm renting this machine software. If I gotta constantly keep paying for it, I feel like I don't really own it.
Native Instrument, if y'all listening to chiming in.
Public service announcement.
If you guys feel that we ain't give an adequate reply or response,
respond back. Y'all got our email. Y'all know how to get in contact with us. Contact us.
Overview. Please contact us.
Yeah.
Immediately.
He said immediately.
I'm ready for a change immediately.
He said immediately.
Why is, if you feel that we misrepresent your product? I mean, clearly we can't be. Look at the support we get.
Right.
We helping people understand y'all product
on everything. Yeah.
You're not getting an endorsement from y'all. You're not getting sponsored by y'all. You don't get free product to review. Free equipment to do cook up and reviews for it, but yet we still going hard with Native.
Yeah.
Now, something got to give about this in this community. Again, we at least 10,000 people in a week, at least on platforms. So we working for y'all, pretty much. We doing our thing, but we working for y'all in a sense, and we ain't getting no love back from that.
Yeah.
I can't speak for no other production team but mine.
Yeah.
When we gonna receive and reciprocate the love?
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, we got records. They getting ready to drop. If that's an issue, but that shouldn't be an issue. We us. We not nobody else. We us. We trap monsters.
Trap monsters, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, please do reach out. I'm Shooter, by the way, and the rest of the team. You all know who the rest of the team is. They introduce themselves as well. Reference or CC, whoever you want to reply to. Let us know how y'all feel and what you guys are going to do to change our perception about that. And countless other producers' perception that just don't know that their voice or their opinion matters within this function, because it does. I'm quite sure if FL, I mean, I hate to say it, FL would love us to convert and be them. They support all.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, they
FL
sure do.
Gang forever.
If they build a machine,
you know. So,
you know what? I seen that in the comments too. Somebody said somebody real shit. Somebody actually said that in the comments that if they came with some kind of a machine or some kind of hardware or something like that,
they'll be in there, man.
Oh yeah, they sure will be.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's the purpose of it. It's one of those things where it's supposed to be something where you start out as. In my personal opinion, I think the reason why FL is so big is because FL is so user friendly. You can go on YouTube and find anything on FL. If you want to learn how to type your name in FL, it'll tell you. So
you still be able to do that with the hardware. It'll make them more big. It'll expand them bigger than what they are.
Hey, y'all. Let's let FL pay us for these ideas.
Well, then I ain't paying. And we ain't getting that. Can't even get a free update.
Yeah,
real. Let me get a free
update. They like we busy work beats or something here. You know what I mean?
At FL.
I'm gonna talk about other DAWs because they ain't got but a few. Immediately, I need an answer about this software. I'm gonna switch over.
Yeah, they need to answer that, man. They really do. We deserve an answer, really.
Yeah.
You know
FL gang.
For real. We deserve an answer.
Let me chill out.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. I appreciate all those who's been checking out the podcast today, man. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Much love, man. Definitely all those who commented and stuff like that. Y'all super dope, man. I think what it is at the end of the day, we all feel a certain type of way about this. And it's good for us all to voice that and give our own opinion and perspective about this. And that was the point and purpose of this whole podcast, really. You know what I'm saying? Is to really touch base on that. So hopefully if NI is checking out this content, that they'll see that there is a community of urban producers that's needing answers, is wanting to know why things is the way it is with their company and their products.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? If you use NI, Ableton, all of it. If you invest in any kind of software, they need to, listen to your customers. Treat your customers right. If we spending our hard-earned money, no matter what you're using, any software, whatever, hardware, any company. If we buying your products and marketing you, man, give us something. Quit hitting us every time we got to pay. Do your customers right. Do your people right. It's anything we use. Just look out for your people.
I need some type of.
So I guess everybody can. The
right rhythm to go to.
We'll close out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, I guess TB, you can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, close out TB, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
He hit me and said tomorrow, because we kind of still ain't even ready for him. So I said, man, I asked him what's okay, but I mean, want to check.
Hey, go ahead and close out TB.
Yeah, we got First, I want to thank everybody joining on the chat, all the questions and stuff. Hopefully gave y'all some good answers, but Native Instruments, please look out for us. Please, I'm begging you, please. Just look out for your customers. We promoting y'all. We do these videos. We don't ask for nothing. All we want is to be able to take your product and expand our creativity. Exactly. And we need that software. Bottom line.
Yeah. Oh, and fix that chord scale. Complete control.
Yeah, man. Put the modes in there.
Put the modes in that machine.
It is. It's in the new keyboard.
Fool.
It's in the new board, Shooter. It's in the new board they want to
Hey, that's some bull.
We're gonna have to upgrade our hardware. I just think that when they go, it's all that's in the new hardware, shooter. We behind, man. We gotta catch up.
Yeah, we
October the 5th. We gotta catch up October 5th.
All right. Well, this your guy King, man. You already know what it is, man. Go check out that site, y'all. We dropping some more heat, some more content on there here soon. Like I said, NKS files for the Keyscape for Atmosphere coming here soon. We have everything for $20 right now on the site right now for the whole month of September. So definitely go in there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Get whatever you want, drum kits, MIDI, whatever. Everything on there is $20. You know what I'm saying? So go check that out right now. You know what I'm saying? While you can, because at the end of this month, it's going right back to regular prices. So definitely go check that out. Listen, that man, we're going to try to get back on our podcast stuff once a week too. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to figure out a better day and time to do it. So best believe we're going to be hitting y'all more consistent with the podcasts and a lot more videos. A lot more informative videos when it comes to the jam and any other products when it comes to NI. And also even some DJing stuff as well we're going to be bringing out as well from Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, and different type of genre of music and showing how to make different type of genre of music as well. We're going to be bringing all that to the channel as well. So, we working. Best believe we working.
Most definitely.
And one more thing, we'll put on the website. I got a machine template I made. It's got your EQ. I got things already set up for you. It's just something for the beginners out there. If you want a quick workflow, I got a little template I'm gonna put on the site as a giveaway. So be looking out for that too.
Oh, Freddie, make sure y'all that's paying attention. Y'all go follow the Trap Monsters channel, the Trap Monsters feed on Instagram at Trap Monsters TV. Y'all make sure y'all follow every last one of us on IG, all social media platforms.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all just look at us. Y'all follow us from there. You can find content from there. Each and every last one of us has a platform. Of course, at Shooter1, SHOOTAH1 on IG. Hit us up. Everybody else in the squad, y'all can put y'all tags and handles out there. If anything, y'all need to get in contact with any of us. Y'all can get in contact with us any type of social media platform.
Yeah, if y'all need tags for y'all beats or whatever, hey, holla at us. Go to that site and go get your tags. You know what I'm saying? If you need DJ drops or whatever, go to that site. You know what I'm saying? We got the hookup on that. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh, go ahead. Go.
Yo, Central Drums is still in the works. Unfortunately, a lot of things have been coming up with me. School started, so I've been getting my ass kicked up with that. But I did not forget about Pharaoh Central Drums, and I'm gonna make that bitch as big as I possibly can. It's gonna be great. You guys keep looking out for it. If you guys need anything, whether it be music-wise, beat-wise, type of help or advice, you can hit me up on Instagram at Pharaoh's Kid X. Instagram. I'm gonna make a brand new musical Twitter very soon. You can find me on all different platforms. Other than that, it'll be a pleasure. I got new videos dropping out. I just finished a M-Trap tutorial video, so we'll talk about that when that drops. All the videos, let me know. Very soon I'm going to go to I'm gonna do a Q&A video. So if you got questions there, put it under my comments. Ask me what you want to know. Anything else? Instagram Pharaoh's Kid.
Okay. Well, all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all checking out the content, man. Until next time, man. It's your guy, King David, the Trap Monster Squad. We all here. Peace.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one now.
Oh, yeah.